forgot to do a February Matlab Kuch Bhi episode. It's another end of the month in 2020 and I've been extremely cruel and ignorant about the fact that we didn't do a Matlab Kuch Bhi episode this month. अब नया month आ गया है, leap year भी मुझे बचा नहीं पाया, तो मार्च का ही month शुरू करते हैं एक मतलब कुछ भी episode के साथ. If you are new in this space, on a monthly basis we do a video dedicated to scenes from Bollywood movies that defy science and logic and also have not aged well with today's social climate. This episode will focus on scenes from several states of the country and not only shed light on the Hindi film industry. The scenes will range from challenging the intellectual capacity of Indian audiences to outright being offensive, regressive, and borderline problematic with its impact on the masses. So without further ado, here is Tried and Refused Productions with 5 absolutely absurd Indian movie scenes you won't believe were approved. Teri Meherbaniyan. You know, I'm absolutely a sucker for animal movies and any film that explores the purity of relationships with pets. पर जब animals के physical और intellectual capabilities को overestimate कर देते हो ना, तो फिर you can only look in disbelief. The 1985 movie Teri Meherbaniyan focuses on a corrupt and influential man that terrorizes the lowly mortals of the village with goons. The situation goes so out of hand that eventually everyone is killed. The heroine kills herself upon the fear of getting raped, and the hero in the process of avenging her death is murdered. So who comes to save the day? Well, it's the dog the hero raised, Moti. The dog is so bright and full of rage that upon the sight of seeing a picture frame of the villain also, it impulsively shreds it into pieces. The dog is so intuitive that it understands humans are hungry. So it goes to a nearby house to beg for food, only to bring it to the humans so that they can satiate their hunger. It stops a possible rape taking place, following the villain, biting him mercilessly and cornering him on a hill so that he can fall to his death. Every time Moti sees a villain, he gets flashbacks of the torment committed to his owner. He follows another goon and so full of rage, drowns him by tugging on his coat. Moti eventually gets to the main villain as well, only for him and a snake to double team and corner Amrish Puri at the headstone of Moti's owner to mercilessly bite him and get aid from the snake who stings him. Oh, by the way, Moti provides evidence to the police commissioner as well. ऐसा complex revenge angle कौन कैसे seriously ले सकता है? Especially when the dog is this cute. Mr. and Mrs Khiladi. The entire premise of Mr. and Mrs Khiladi is so bizarre that you find it tough to understand why exactly certain films were doing exponential business in the box office in the 90s. The entire premise of the film is that Raja's astrological uncle keeps on telling him what needs to be done for a favorable future. May either include not partake in any kind of violence for a few minutes.
Excuse me.
The film eventually develops into a romantic story, but as the hero doesn't do anything for a living, the crux and main focus of the premise shifts to the father-in-law, only allowing Akshay to touch Juhi if he brings him 1 lakh rupees. The film keeps on tiptoeing from all the odd jobs that Raja does to make that money. The creepy and crass part of the film is the sheer desperation in Akshay Kumar's body language throughout the film just to get laid. This is how he approaches a girl thinking that he is finally going to smash in his sohagrat.
ना पति के पैर पड़े, ना चुम्मी दी, ना दूध पिलाया, सीधे आके लंबा लेट हो गई है? और ये क्या? इतनी मोटी कैसे हो गई? अच्छा, सुहाग रात की खुशी में डबल रोटी हो गई तू है? The problem is not the acting but the dialogues of the film. Oh, by the way, the icing on the cake is that when finally the couple gets freaky, according to the director, this is how a suhag raat goes. तो मतलब फुल मजे थे कुछ भी करने के लिए 90s में. घर वाली बाहर वाली. You know, I understand that David Dhawan movies are meant to leave your brain at home, enjoy the bizarre campy humor and treat it like a detox from the constant misery and tension of the world. But David Dhawan's most illogical and bizarre film hands down is the 1998 film Ghar Wali Bahar Wali. Let's get to the premise before I get to the offensive. Arun and Kajal are married and can't conceive a child. Arun's father is obsessive about having grandchildren, so he feels that constant pressure.
एक बच्चा नहीं है घर में. जो औरत माँ नहीं बन सकती, उसे तुम्हारी पति बने रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है. मुझे पोते पोती का सुख दे सकती है, सपना ही देखूंगा. तुमने पोता पोती तो दिए नहीं.
Jumbo, with some bizarre godforsaken accent, tricks Arun into getting married to a Nepali girl, completely zapped pertaining to the traditions happening around him in Nepal.
आपका नंबर चॉप पिएंगे, चलिए आलसी में फालसी मार के बैठ जाइए.
He confesses to the girl that he is married, she is left at the altar, is getting disgraced in public, but Arun rescues her and, by the way, conveniently delivers the goods in the sohagrat as well. As Arun has returned home, he gets to know the Nepalese wife is pregnant, so they devise a plan for the Nepalese woman to give up her own child to Didi and eventually work as a maid in the same house.
हाँ, अनजाने में आपके साथ शादी करके काजल दीदी के साथ मैंने बहुत अन्याय किया है. ये बच्चा उनकी गोद में डालकर मैं अपना प्रायश्चित कर लूंगी.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I know. Like, क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पर? You know how they get to know the kid is showcasing Nepalese tendencies? Because he dresses like a Gorkha and does this.
Nepali #1.
Can anything be more racist? Oh, by the way, they live happily ever after. Polygamy relationships की जय है ये picture. Mugudu. It's ironic that Taapsi's film Thappad just released this Friday and I'm talking about this movie 2 days later, which is the antithesis of what the actor and her film stands for. Mugudu is a Telugu film which translates to husband. It is about two influential families, how their children fall in love and get married, only for familial issues and skirmishes to erupt as the Vidai is taking place, leading to absolute mayhem. This is the most absurd sequence as the groom's father asks for goddess Gauri to be taken, something that the girl's side refuses to give. As the rituals stand, both sides of the family disagree on where the goddess's statue should go. Arguments and back and forths keep on taking place only for a member of the groom's side to take goddess Gauri out of the temple, leading to possibly the funniest and most illogical sequence of pure carnage among family members. Curse, the remake of the iconic 1980 film, didn't do anything to reinvent the franchise, but its lack of inventiveness and lazy writing made it worse than what it was. See, if you're remaking a film that is close to 3 decades old, the remake should be appropriate for the day and age it has been set. The Himesh Reshammiya film is honestly a slogfest of a film that is unintentionally funny throughout its running minutes. Sir Judah, played by Premnath in the original, used to communicate by tapping his glass of alcohol, having the demeanor of at least an iota of evil. And this is 1980, by the way. Over-the-top villains were the way things were. The remake Sir Judah, played by Gulshan Grover, is the most odd, absurd and hilarious creative choice. A bald man with a robotic left hand who uncontrollably types something on that device to communicate. Every time Gulshan Grover comes on screen, there was no sense of fear or intimidation. Can't help yourself but burst out laughing. The film is a combination of many wrong things, some of which includes Himesh's flirting tactics, Raj Babbar having one of the Infinity Stones, and Himesh doing action. A remake no one asked for. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about these movies and whether you have some video ideas for our channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.